Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Charm, bibliophile, lover of Black contemporary romance. That's my sweet spot. That's even sweeter if it comes with some laughs. And today, you can tell by the title, I'm gonna get into my January reads. My February reads, what I read for the month. Okay, let's get into it. First, let's start with my rating system. 5 stars means I absolutely loved it. I will be reading that again, over and over again. 4 stars is like, I really liked it, but it didn't quite reign supreme. 3 stars is, it was decent. It was cool. Might not read it again, but I mean, it was an enjoyable read. 2 stars is like, can't say I liked it, but I didn't 100% hate it either. 1 star, regret. Complete and total regret. Okay, so anyway, y'all, I got my notepad to make sure I stay on task and talk about it. Y'all thought it was a notepad, didn't you? Yeah. Your girl got an iPad. Tell me my life not together, and I'm gonna tell you lying. This month, it was a pretty good month. It was a pretty good month. Life has been lifing, so I didn't get a chance to read as much as I wanted to. I only read 5 books. A very short reading month, but they were decent. They were good. We had some 5 stars, which I'm happy about. A 4 star. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, number 1 is My First, My Last by Brookelyn Moseley. Okay, I really enjoyed this book. So I met this author last year. I went to an event called Indie Love, where it celebrates Black independent authors. And it was so many people, like so many readers like myself that, are part of this niche and love Black books. And so I had never heard of her before, but she has such a beautiful spirit. And I bought this book, didn't know anything about it, and it has taken me almost a year to read it, like half a year. And so My First, My Last is a track-inspired friends to lovers. It is about, I forget their names, hold on. Ayla and Hassani. It is set in 2001, and it follows like 3 pivotal times throughout their life and throughout their friendship. And they are both about to start high school. Ayla has moved from New York from Brooklyn to Long Island, and is in this new area that's a lot slower than Brooklyn. And her dad starts to work for this man, this boss that comes over, and he has this son named Hassani. And they were true friends to lovers. I love the way that he was a friend to her, and you'll see throughout the story there are some different issues and such that happens, and it is a road of self-discovery. Hassani is the popular guy, a track star, but he's not your typical popular guy. Like, he's handsome, he's handsome, but like, he's a decent human being. And I liked Ayla because she was feisty and, such a beautiful girl. And she was a math whiz, and they kind of have this banter between them, this competition between them. And it was a good read. Now the ending was good too, but it did start to go a little left, which is why it was 4 stars instead of 5 stars, but I could recommend it. So Brookelyn Moseley, I don't know if she's a new author, but she was a new to me author. And I plan to read more of her stories. So that was the first book that I read. Doing good, starting off at 4 stars. So the second book is Still Trapping Through the Snow. Let me quit by BriAnn Danae. So this is an urban romance and part of a series called, the first one is Trapping Through the Snow. The second one is still Trapping Through the Snow. And the next two is Summertime Shootout. Now, I read her books, and I'm not the hugest urban romance person. That's not my most like favorite genre or whatever, but there are some good books. The first books that I've ever read by her was From the Hood with Love. From the Hood with Love is an urban romance that follows Loriana, a senior in high school, tutor to Projects' little sister, and Projects, a young man deep in the streets becoming more known for his amazing songwriting. He is drawn to Loriana's innocence and the fact that she is nothing like the girls he's used to. We get to experience urban romance, young love, coming of age, navigating life's challenges, and their personal development as the years go by. Honey, I read this entire series back in 2021 and still remember the characters. I can always appreciate an author that comes with quality, depth, and laughs. My initial review on this was I wasn't sure what to expect, but I enjoyed it so much. Projects had me concerned from time to time, and Loriana too, but so many funny moments. The woes of young love. I did appreciate her not losing herself in a guy, but the guy she had wasn't about to play with her. They go together real bad. Regardless of what's going on, the side characters and their stories really pull you in as well. I really love From the Hood with Love, but Trapping Through the Snow, not so much. And the Still Trapping Through the Snow is kind of a spinoff from that one. It's about these 3 brothers who are doing just exactly what it said. Like, the book takes place in Kansas City and they trapping in the snow. Like, I don't regret reading it, but I'm not gonna read it again. So I wasn't really excited about Summertime Shootout because I thought it was gonna be not as good. Turns out I really loved it. It was my first 5-star read of the year. Okay? Now let me say my disclaimer that I normally say. This is not a Christian fiction. Let me repeat.
This is not a Christian fiction.
But I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much. I really can't get into too much about what it's about because you have to read Trapping Through the Snow to understand or to really get like the full experience with the book, and who the characters are about would spoil, like it would spoil the book. Just know that it was good. It's kind of like an enemies to lovers situation, and it progresses because they are very similar. They both are hotheads and very slick at the mouth, and so you kind of get to see like how that progressed, and they are made to work together. And because they're made to work together, there is some like issue that has happened that caused them to have like this bond, and so you kind of see. And I recommend, and the link will be in the description below, to go to my Bookstagram when you read it, when you plan to read it. If you don't care about spoilers, I do book visuals, so you can see like visuals of the characters, or the way that I view them or the way that they're described in the book. The last book I read was by one of my favorite authors, Forrester, and it is called Jane Doe Black. She just came out with this book a few weeks ago, and this is different than what she normally writes because she is really kind of normally romance books, but the way Nia writes, like I always say this about her, she has to be a sociologist. She has to be like a behavioral person or whatever, because the way that she writes about humans, it is just like, it's more than just a story. You really get to see her mind. So anyway, Jane Doe Black is about a assistant district attorney named Elaine, or Lainey. And Lainey has a sister, Stephanie, who is a freshman or just about to start college. And this takes place in New York. Is just about to start college, and all of a sudden, she goes missing. So this is more of like a suspense type situation. It's really giving Law and Order. Not even really Law and Order, but like some of those like Criminal Minds shows. That's the way that it reads. And not gonna lie, like it started super slow for me. I don't think I really got into it until like halfway or a little bit past halfway in the book, and I kept reading because I know how Nia is. So this book is book 1 of what will be a 3-part series. So I feel like it was a good introduction. I gave it like a 3.75. The 0.75, it would have just been a 3. The 0.75 came from the ending, because the ending was like, okay, what's going on? What's going on, you know? And also, there is a bit of romance. It's more so suspense, but it's a bit of romance as well. I don't really know how I felt about the romance. It was just kind of weird, you know, because again, I'm not an infidelity type of person. So, yeah. And that is my wrap up for the month. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope wherever you are that peace is prevailing in your life and that you have an amazing day or an amazing night or an amazing week, is however you choose. So, until next time. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Until next time.